guys just absolutely have no idea of Cinco de Mayo. Look at both of you. So confused.
No. You're wrong. I do have an idea. It's Cinco de Mayo.
You have an idea that it's Cinco de Mayo?
He lives in L.A., Jay.
I was just going to get there, Jay. But what I would say is I am not going to have any tequila or anything like that today. I'm just going to chill, have my tacos, maybe some chips and salsa, some guacamole, but I'm chill, no tequila, no nothing, because I got to get ready for two dudes, so I can't be drinking. You know what I'm saying, Jay? I haven't had a drink in a minute.
I see you focus, Key. Are you training? You know? Have you started the training process? Because I started yesterday officially.
2-on-2, Jay and Key, Barton Hahn,
basketball. I haven't started putting up shots yet. What I've started to do is get my cardio in condition and doing things of that nature. So, you know, as you say, this is not a model contest, although as I start to shrink down, it just turns into
turn into a natural model on the basketball court.
Natural, pretty face. So,
are you going to come out all stylish? Like, do you wear the matching gear as a hooper?
No.
Like, okay.
I mean,
I just want to make sure we're not that team. Okay, good.
No, I put on whatever.
Because Max might come out like in the full Reebok suit. You know what I mean? It matches the shoes. He might be like 90s.
Tracksuit.
Kind of like MC style. You know what I mean? Yeah, the tracksuit.
B-boys.
With the Kango, Max.
Yeah.
Come out with the Kango.
I used to rock a Kango 24/7. Yeah.
That's all.
So wait, so Jay, you're gonna be back on the East Coast this late afternoon, so you'll be able to get in a full Cinco de Mayo, right? Because in Memphis, you're not really. I don't know if you're gonna be able to pull it off.
Yeah, no, I leave like midday. Yeah, so I land tonight. I may not be able to get a full Cinco de Mayo, but
can we rewind for a second, Jay? Why, when we come into the show, are you like, Max, don't kill my vibe today? What is that supposed to mean?
No. I said, don't tequila my vibe.
Oh, tequila.
See, nobody was coming at you. Don't tequila my vibe.
Being a little defensive. See, don't do that.
Yeah, why?
Words.
It's
don't
Thursday,
don't do
man.
what I just did. Is
weekend.
what you're saying? Did I walk right into it?
See, there you go. Now you're killing my vibe.
Yeah, I'm tequilaing your vibe, though. I thought.
There you go.
We want to talk a little NBA, Jay? I heard you know a little something about basketball.
Well, yeah, I realized I didn't know something about basketball, which we're going to talk about right now.
Well, we're going to let's get right into it, because we could talk about the Suns, who I think this is the year Chris Paul chips up. I got my fingers crossed, knock wood. I would love to see him get a chip, and boy, the Suns look good. But all right, let's talk Heat. Let's talk Heat and Sixers. Guys, Tyrese Maxey went for 34. No Embiid, as we know. Be nice for James Harden to step up. He shot it less than 20 times. Has not attempted 20 shots in any game since being traded to Philadelphia, Jay. Sixers were no good from 3. I mean, and yet on the other side, on a very deep and well-coached Heat team, Jimmy Butler had 22. What were you wrong about?
Yo, Yates, hit that jump. Hit it. I didn't think you could be a number one option type of guy. And I was wrong. The Heat have a legitimate chance. They can win it all with Jimmy Butler being the number one option, guys. Like, this is real. And as I'm watching the 76ers last night, I find myself thinking about what the 76er team could have been if they chose Jimmy Butler over Ben Simmons, and you had Jimmy Butler and Joel Embiid on the same team. Because that's a culture that could have won. But as it translates to the Miami Heat, the best culture in all of sports. There's no breaks. There's no leaks. Nothing comes out of this team. And Max, it leads to the biggest question of the day. If you had to choose right now, who would you rather have on your team? Jimmy Butler or James Harden?
Right now?
So, Key, I ask you that right now, Key. You can choose Jimmy Butler or James Harden. Who are you picking to give you the best odds to win a championship?
Well, I mean, clearly it's Jimmy Butler right now. James Harden, Max laid out his production in Philadelphia. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out that Jimmy Butler is playing better basketball right now than James Harden. And I probably, even though he's struggling right now, I probably still would have taken Jimmy Butler in the past, to be honest with you. He's my type of player. I like the grit, the grind. I like how he climbed to where he is, where he came from. That's my type of player.
You would have taken Jimmy Butler over James Harden when James Harden was averaging a triple-double with 35 points just about. You would have taken Butler over him then?
Guess what? Guess what? One dude played in the championship, okay? Even though it was in a bubble, whatever you want to call it, he was a part of that. He helped get them there. When the only thing we keep saying is, wow, James Harden is a scoring machine. He's a step-back three, da-da-da-da. But we ain't adding nothing else to it. So for me, it seems to me that Jimmy Butler, for all that people think he came with, whether it was in Minnesota, Chicago, Philadelphia, now Miami, his teams seem to always be somewhere in the mix.
So James Harden,
that's a plus.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is, though, the Sixers took him over Ben Simmons, though. They didn't even take him over James Harden. They took him over Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but just because they made a goofy mistake doesn't mean anything. And I understand you say James Harden teams have always been in the mix too, but James Harden has always been with somebody. Okay, it's not like Jimmy Butler. Yeah, you can say, well, oh no, that's not true, Key. He had this or he had that. No, he ain't really had those type of guys the same way Harden had.
Jimmy Butler's been like a part of an ensemble cast without another superstar throughout a lot of
it. He did play with Derrick Rose in Chicago.
There's no question.
A young Derrick Rose.
That's why I said what I said. I said you can say he had one or two here or there. You can say those sort of things, Jay, but in the end, when you look at his body of work as a whole, I'm talking about Jimmy Butler and his teammates as a whole, his teammates have come nowhere near what James Harden has been working with.
But see, this is where I would go as it relates to James Harden. James Harden, triple-double machine, but what I've learned about James Harden is that when things seem to get tough, he disappears, whereas with Jimmy Butler, when things get tough, he doubles and triples down and tries to stay in it, right? Because the more murky it gets, the more you feel like you see Jimmy thrive. So, and here's my last thing about the Heat culture. When they went through their little spat with Jimmy Butler and Espo, think about how it got smushed right away. Eric Spoelstra at the press conference, like, oh yeah, we were talking about where we're gonna go have dinner tonight. Like, you don't hear anything kind of leak from that culture. Whereas I talked to somebody yesterday about the Lakers, it feels like every time there's any hiccup within the Lakers organization, somehow word gets out. Woj is tweeting about Frank Vogel being fired before Frank Vogel even has a chance to address it at the podium. Like, so that's a massive advantage to being part of that culture established by Jimmy Butler and Pat Riley and Mickey Arison and Eric Spoelstra.
Certainly one of the best cultures in sports, Jay.
It's the best, Max, to me. It's the best culture in all sports. I mean, we can argue. You tell me.
Progressive Insurance. So here's the question, guys. If the Heat culture is so good, we all sign off on that one, right? Could it attract LeBron James back to South Beach? After Jay has this from FanDuel.
FanDuel Sportsbook, NBA same game parlays. Give you a